Hi, it's Alexis.
And Christian from Tiny House Expedition. What's going on?
Today we're exploring this unique tiny home in the woods near Clay Elum, Washington.
Today we're going to give you guys a tour of this really well-designed tiny vacation rental.
And then stick around because we're going to share some of our thoughts on how you could easily turn this into a wonderfully livable full-time home.
Yeah, totally.
No matter your needs. So let's get started.
All right. I almost forgot one more thing. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Winnie!
It's a dog-friendly vacation rental, so we're going to bring Winnie inside. Let's go. So one of the first cool things, guess what? They got a hot tub.
Who doesn't love a hot tub?
Totally.
But seriously, I love some indoor-outdoor living space, and just in front of the front door here, they created this super cozy nook. It's very private feeling.
And it has like, what is it, a nest chair? Is that what it's called?
It feels like a nest.
Egg chair?
I don't know if that's what it's called.
But it's super cool. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the house.
Yeah, you're not gonna believe this. Welcome to Shindigs. This is a 550 square foot foundation-based tiny home. And believe it or not, this used to be a garage.
Yeah, a one-car garage.
A husband and wife team, Chelsea and Luke of Digs.co, designed and renovated this space, also with the help of their dad. And it's just such a great example of how you could take like an unassuming,
Yeah.
really old, really not nice garage and turn it into a gorgeous space.
With all of these really cool pop culture references, you know, the art in here is great.
Yeah, and I love all the like eclectic kind of funky features they put in, but it's not just like kitschy, because it's actually a super comfortable space, functional too.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely.
Like from the moment you walk in with hooks.
Yeah. Hooks, man. We always say every place should have hooks for jackets and for the leash for the dog, all the stuff you want to take off as soon as you walk into a space. And it's really hard to tell. It feels like this room was an addition to the garage, or it could have been like a little tool shed or something that was attached to, like a lean-to that was attached to the outside of the garage. But it totally makes this space really, really work.
Yes, I absolutely love an L-shaped sofa. Even in a small space, it's worth it. Where do you spend so much time? Let's get real. It's lounging.
Yeah, totally. And just like a living room, it's got a TV.
And then almost better than the TV is this giant picture window with a pretty view of the trees outside. So you do really feel like you're tucked away in the woods.
Yeah, totally. So this place is really decorated really well. So you'll see all of these little parts and pieces, but this table's got me. Like, it's a piece of driftwood. I want to do this. I want to make this it's made into a coffee table, and it's just beautiful. Well, this way is the rest of the house. So let's go check it out. All right. So now we're in, what do we call this? A sitting room?
Reading room. Read by the fire here, this cute electric fireplace. But really, I think this is a flex space. Roll out the yoga mat, because...
Oh yeah, you could totally do that here.
Yeah, plenty of room for that. Kids playing on the floor space.
Keep them out of the living room. That's good.
Yeah, totally. But here we go. Here's a great example of the wonderful artwork all around this house.
From Christmas Story. That's cool.
And I love the clock over here from The Sandlot.
That's always that's a movie I never really watched.
You have to see The Sandlot. It's a classic. Now for a brief message from our sponsor, Skillshare. Not to brag, but my skill portfolio is better than ever, and that's thanks to Skillshare, an amazing online learning community for creative and curious people. My learning journey has been epic this year, from self-care to business to decorating. I just took Style Your Space, Creative Tips and Techniques for Interior Design by Emily Henderson. Next up for me, The Art of Storytelling, How to Craft Engaging, Persuasive, and Memorable Stories by Improvement Phil. Are you ready to expand your skill portfolio? Good news! Skillshare is here to help. The first 1,000 of our subscribers to sign up using our code and link, both in the description, will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare.
But there are some useful things in this room, and one of them is a dog door. So right behind me, there's a little metal door that opens up so you can let a pooch out, and it is big enough for, sure enough, big enough for Winnie, who's walking by right there. But also like a mastiff, man, because it is a huge door.
And it goes into a covered area so the dog can hang out outside no matter the weather. It's fenced, and there's also an open area. So for you, dog owner, no matter the weather, you can let the dog out. Yeah. They can do their business, hang out. So I really like that.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And on the other side of the room is the bathroom, and there's a really cute sliding barn door. I think they added some wallpaper for a little flare on the front. It's working.
Yeah, totally. So the bathroom is what you would expect. It's got a toilet, a sink, and a shower, but the shower has these tiles in it that are all this pop art, and I've actually never seen tile like that before.
Definitely a space where I want to take a shower.
And guess what? You could do that there.
My next favorite feature is probably the hand towel rack.
Of course it is.
Because rock on, man. I also really like the mirror setup, which has a great spot for hand soap, which can be, kind of tricky when you're in small space bathrooms to find a place for practical things like that.
Oh yeah, that's true. And now we want to show you one of the most interesting and useful spaces in the whole house, and it's the kitchen.
And here is the kitchen.
Yeah, how cool is this?
And this space really shows off the original function of this building, which was a garage.
Garage door.
But they replaced the old garage door with this beautiful glass door, which opens up to really create a wonderful indoor-outdoor living area. Just imagine a grill and a set of chairs out there.
Yeah, totally. Honestly, just having a barbecue grill out there, you can walk in and out and do all your things. I like that.
I like you're doing things. But in addition to that, you can see how functional this space is and comfortable. I love a counter height table that also doubles as kitchen prep space.
Yeah, totally.
Because there's not a tremendous amount of counter space.
Right. Tiny little apartment stove and a huge sink. I would have gone just a hair smaller than this, but it's really great.
It's good for doing dishes.
Yeah, totally. And then there's these cool handles that are like Legos. Did you see that?
I did. I wish I brought a couple Legos just so I could.
Just to see if it worked?
Yeah. Oh, another fun thing. It's just a silly thing in here. These little hands.
There's all kinds of little things around the house that are just
entertaining. Entertainment for hours.
Uh-huh.
You can.
And they're creepy though. But
really?
They're really creepy. You ever see when they made a sandwich with the little hand? Oh, it's awful.
I love that.
Ugh. So there's a couple of things that make this part of the house unique too, is that there are like 10-foot tall ceilings over here, and they took advantage of that by putting two really interesting things. One is there's a hanging train track above us, and above that is what do they call it?
I think they call it a bird's nest. It's a netted lounge space. It's not a trampoline. Don't try that.
No.
The rule book says no jumping.
No jumping.
So you could have a leisurely, hangout up there, while you cook me dinner.
Yeah, I would have a hang nap up there for sure.
A hang nap?
Yeah. That's you hang and then you take a nap.
It's definitely a fun way to use the space. And don't worry, this is not the bedroom.
No, it's not. But there is a set of stairs that goes right up to a lofted bedroom.
welcome to the bedroom.
It's like magic, isn't it?
So you can almost, well, I should say I can almost stand up in here because the ceiling height at the tallest point is about 5'5"
Yeah, something like that.
ish, but definitely not walking around height, crouching around height though.
Yeah, totally. But it's bigger than like a lot of lofts and tiny houses, so.
Absolutely. I mean, look at this headspace in here. I'm on a, regular height mattress.
Mm-hmm.
So, compared to a tiny house on wheels, this is a lot more room than you often see in a loft. And something that also makes this loft a little different is that it's 2 bedrooms.
Right. So right behind this wall is another queen bed.
The spaces mirror each other. Overall, what I really appreciate in this tiny house is how much light there is. There's 2 big windows up here. Makes you feel connected to the outside. But then also with this open space that looks down towards the bird's nest and the kitchen, you don't feel like closed in. Mm-mm. Because I think if that was closed off, it would feel a little bit more cave-like.
Yeah, you're totally right. It would. So yeah, this was a really good way to do it.
That makes me think about all the small ways that you could tweak this space to really make it perfect for full-time living.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential for something like this. And I want to talk about that, but can we go sit in a chair downstairs instead of doing it up here? Okay.
Sure.
All right, let's go.
That's what the 6'2" man said.
So we have lots of ideas about tiny spaces because we've been in hundreds.
Feels like thousands.
It feels like thousands for sure of tiny spaces. We always are looking at a space on how to improve, or just how we would do it for us, or even like a changing family, that kind of stuff.
I really see so much potential in this space for full-time living, that is.
This is a really great space. Like 550 square feet is like absolutely perfect for a couple could absolutely live here.
A family could even.
And you got to remember that this was a garage. So that is literally something that, large houses have on properties all over the country are garages. So you can take a garage and make it into something amazing like this.
Yeah, it really is mind-blowing to think of. I mean, it's hard to visualize, like when you see like an old basic garage. This was like a detached garage for an older home.
So because this is a vacation rental right now, it was turned into a vacation rental on purpose. So the thing that is lacking is storage, because you don't need it. You just got a suitcase, you come for maybe a week.
Storage is what makes a place really functional. A couple things that pop in my head right away is where you could put a closet. A clothes closet, even a coat closet. In front of us is a utility closet that only houses a giant water heater. So I'm thinking, turn it into a tankless water heater that could be mounted in a lot of different places.
Anywhere, yeah.
And that downstairs closet could be used for coats, it could be used for cleaning things. You gotta have a place for a broom. And a second opportunity that you were mentioning, Christian, was underneath the stairs.
Yeah, underneath the stairs, it is nice to have open concept stairs so you can see through it. It makes the space feel bigger. But if you were living in here full time, you could absolutely use that as storage space. So you could put a washer dryer unit under there. You could make it into drawers and a pantry, or even another closet. So there's so many things, because it is a lot of space.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like on the bottom part, if it had drawers, because I love drawer storage, it just makes having deep spaces more accessible. Just easily pull it out. Could be great for a pantry. And then above it, you could have shelving to keep some openness and maintain how nice it feels from one room to the next. Because you always want to avoid closing off a space too much. Yeah.
The double bedroom upstairs is really cool and is great as a vacation rental, but if you're gonna do full-time living, there's a lot of potential up there, because you could have one side of it as your bedroom, and then the other side you could actually build a closet.
Yeah.
You could build a closed closet. You could even use it as an office because I was thinking if you had like, they make really low chairs or floor chairs that have backs to them. You could get something like that and build a small desk in front of the window up there, and I think it would be amazing.
That's a great idea. I really like that a lot. Now, again, if you are a family or might become a family in the future, you could also have a kid's room up there and then use one of these spaces again as a downstairs bedroom.
I totally think I would leave the bedrooms upstairs and leave this all pretty close to where it is, just because I really like having that living room in there, and like you call this, the flex space.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea.
I do really love the living room as is because it feels like a cozy nook. So if it was us living in it, I'd say this would become our office.
Yeah,
and
like that.
The one major renovation we would need for that is a window, because you got to have a window to look out.
Yeah, totally.
Another big way that you can improve the space for full-time living is in the kitchen. So right now you got that really cute counter height table, but what if that was an island?
Like a movable island?
Like a movable island that you could still sit at, but also has built-in storage, because you definitely need more prep space in there as well as more food storage. And I think the island would be the key for that. And then where that awesome Wayne's World painting is ideal for shelving.
Oh, totally, yeah, you can put shelves everywhere. Open shelving concept, dishes and all those things. That works great, but having shelves on these walls, that gives you a ton of space to have storage for different things. As long as they're cute.
Great for books, for all you book lovers out there, absolutely. But other things too. Overall, the folks at Dixco did an incredible job making a really charming, funky, modern cabin out of an old garage. And the bones of it are fantastic. And I would move in here, maybe not tomorrow, but in a couple months, so we can have time to make the tweaks we need to make it right for us.
Totally. Would we get them to leave some furniture?
Yeah,
maybe.
Buy it with the furniture.
Yeah, I like that stuff. So we say all these words because what we're trying to do is give you guys ideas for, your tiny house, whether it's a tiny house on wheels or a foundation-based house like this.
And what would you do to make this perfect for full-time living for you?
Oh, that's a good idea. Let us know in the comments below.
If you're looking for even more ideas, please subscribe to our channel where we share the many styles of tiny home living, the diverse people doing it, and how you can too. Thank you for watching our video and for stopping by Tiny House Expedition. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Christian. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And for more tiny home tours and stories, click the videos below.
And join us on Instagram for bonus content,
including face-to-face conversations with us. We hope to see you there.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.